Well, greetings to you. Um, Rachel Reeves, sometimes called Rachel from accounts, has put out what we used to call in the army a Charlie Charlie call for help. She says, everybody's criticising me, but nobody's actually come up with any constructive suggestions. Well, I have done, but I'm going to reiterate them now. It would be ungallant of me to not respond to this cry for help from a female in distress. She's wondering where she can find money. So she thinks she can take it from farmers in inheritance tax. She can take it on national insurance from employers, etc., as we all know, and it's been much talked about. I'm not going down that route. But she needs to save something like £20 billion a year. And so I'm going to help her do that with one sweep of the pen. That is, no more money being sent abroad under any circumstances. At the moment, we send roundabout 10 billion a year in overseas aid, some of which goes to farmers from distant parts of the world, never mind our own farmers. Then we've got another £3 billion a year so far, and another payment this year going to the American industrial military complex to perpetuate the war in the Ukraine, which is already lost. And so it goes on. And she really wants to save monster money. She could review the concept of index-linked pensions for the public sector. She's already blown 5% on salary increases for the public sector, who contribute very little, I'm afraid, to the economy. They're wealth consumers, not wealth creators. And just to top that off, it might be interesting to get rid of our aircraft carriers, which cannot sail to the east of Sicily in the Mediterranean or in the North Red Sea in case they are sunk by relatively primitive forces with drones and missiles and hypersonic missiles, if things get even worse. I said at the time I wrote an article in the Going Postal magazine that they were huge white elephants years ago. Aircraft carriers have been obsolete since Okinawa. You could save an awful lot of money on those. There's loads and loads of ways she can save money. And if she was a Yorkshire housewife, instead of a wannabe politician who's never had a real job in her life, she'd know how to do it. But I did make this suggestion 3 or 4 months ago that she wouldn't have a bloody clue because she's never had to balance a budget. Oh dear, proved right again. Probably why I've got no mates. As most of you know, my work is very heavily independently research-based, and I get my information from all over the world. It would help if you press the subscribe button and the little bell next to it, because the more subscribers I have, the more likely it is that international independent research institutes will share their material with me. It's most helpful, and then of course I automatically share it with you. So, surprise, won't cost you anything. Thank you very much.